EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower in the fabulous European capital of Paris, France. But tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Dragons of Paris. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. But what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. But you look at this defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Past the 20. 5. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers 7, Dragons 0.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, this unit third best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
He said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Fall off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, it's Rodgers. That caught by the rookie tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
That's good. For Harris. 1st down. 1st and 10.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Rodgers.
At the 29-yard line.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fights him off. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 52 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. 3rd and long. It's Herbert. Flushed out right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
There's big Quentin Williams, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. Now a 2nd and 10.
43-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert. That is caught. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
A gain of 21 yards.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
Now Herbert going to shift his guys around.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
That's good. 4A. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Got a man, that's Lazard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman as the first half is winding down. And the Dragons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Here's a screen now for Pollard.
And he's got room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pressure comes, and down he goes. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Dragons 7.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Run! Hey, ram.
Second half begins with a run by Pollard.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Justin Herbert.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Now it's Herbert.
This one to the former Robbie Anderson, now Robbie Chosen.
Complete to Robbie Chosen. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Herbert now. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
C.J. Mosley getting to him behind the line of scrimmage there.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Back to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They run it again with Cook. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Here's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now Davis fumbles it.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert.
Swinging this.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers.
That is caught. Schoonmaker.
And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
That's complete right side to Lazard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Oh, that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Rodgers got to have this one.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
Dalvin Cook
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Dragons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. He's doing that in this game.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now it's Herbert.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Herbert now to throw.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
A touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Over.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
That's complete. It's Cook. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after it.
To throw is Rodgers.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
It's complete. Lazard. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
And they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Get 300. Get 300. Take 30. Yeah, this.
Rodgers to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important.